welcome to part 2 of our event webinar. Yesterday, you learned some creative ways to find events in your city. Today, we are going to go through what you need to do once you're there. In this presentation, we will give you some tips and tricks for preparing for an event and how to stand out in the crowd. Why are you attending this event? Are you looking for new leads, mentors, or contractors? Once you know where you're going, you can prepare everything you need by using the Sutton University app. Once you're at the app dashboard, you'll find all course offerings, including a marketing plan. A clear understanding of your community and target audience is extremely important for networking opportunities. Before attending an event, take time to research who will be there and what they will be looking for. You want to make sure that the event you're attending and your target audience are aligned. Do some recon on the event. You'll want to know how people usually dress. If you can't find any information, always err on the side of caution. It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. Always bring a well-designed and updated business card to hand out. Just like you, your business card should also be dressed to impress. For more information on creating memorable business cards, please refer to our Getting Busy with Business Cards webinar on our YouTube page. A bag or briefcase are great for putting any material you may be given or holding any material you may want to give out. You want to be able to keep your hands free for handshakes and giving out business cards. On the flip side of that, you need pens and paper ready for notes at a moment's notice. Electronics can't be ignored when it comes to productivity. Your tablet is a great tool for quick internet access or as a substitute for a pen and paper if you prefer to be paperless. Your phone is your lifeline and your best tool for keeping in contact with leads and clients. Just remember to put it on silent during a presentation. Sutton Boutique has a plethora of marketing materials. Under the Apps and Tools section in Home Base, you'll find the Sutton Boutique. The Sutton Boutique has a plethora of supporting marketing materials that may be customized to your individual needs. Always go back to your overall goal for the event when creating marketing material. Anything you bring with you should clearly support the objectives you set for yourself. It can be intimidating to start conversations with people you don't know, or if you don't speak the native language. The great thing about these events is that there's always someone in the same boat. Here's one of our favorite videos to help you start a conversation with anyone at an event.
Numero dos! This is the second line that you can use at any time, anywhere, to go start a conversation with someone you don't know. Now, this is called the obvious commonality. It's a beautiful one to use, especially when you're out in public, like at a networking or event or a function or a fundraiser where everyone's there for the same reason. I'll jump back on the screen and we'll talk about exactly what it is now. All right, so let's look at how you approach with an obvious commonality. What does it even mean? It means something that we know. Like in the last example, I could see she was drinking a Topo Chico, so I knew that about her, right? What's another thing that I can infer that I know for sure? Because that's another good thing. I call it an obvious commonality. So let's say we're at a biocom conference. We know that we both work in the biotech industry. So I can simply go up. It's not genius. Don't worry about having the sharpest thing to say. And just say something asking a question relative to what you both have in common. Okay, so let's look at what that looks like. So what brings you to the biocom conference?
Well, I'm actually in the marketing department.
Interesting. That's a lot more exciting. A lot of these guys are like actual hardcore scientists.
I know. I have the easy job. I'm
You
a direct
do.
marketer, so I just get to go around and talk to different companies about biocom.
That's awesome. They probably count on you to be the social one too, because I know a lot of these scientists come around and they're like, well, let me tell you about the study that just came back on the data, this and this.
They are a little shy, but that's why they bring me in, swoop in, make the deals.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now you saw it. Let's break down technically exactly why that works. So when you go in with a clear commonality, you're at the same place for the same reason. You can basically come up with a pretty good idea of why you're both there. It's a shared commonality. So what does this do when you ask a question pertaining to that? It takes you into what I call your personal domain. In your domain, it's very easy to come up with things to say because you know a ton about it. If you work in the biocom industry, it doesn't matter what she says. She can be in marketing, she can be a scientist, she can be a copywriter, she can be the wife of someone there. It's going to be so easy for you to off the cuff come up with things to say about that. But always enter into the domain that you're comfortable with because it makes things so much easier.
You should always strive to add quality context to your network. Doesn't matter how many people you have if none of them would recognize you. Australian businesswoman Janine Garner was once quoted, "Surround yourself with the right people. People who will guide and mentor you and cheer you on. People who will share you and your success. Choose your network wisely. You're a busy person, so don't waste your time on building a never-ending database of faceless contacts. Take notes every conversation to deepen your connection with your contacts. This will help you out when you need to follow up after an event." Now it's time to put these contacts in your database. Use CRM software to organize your contacts. Make sure to include any notes you recorded or special dates to remember. Don't have any CRM software? Try out Contactually, Exact, or Top Producer. We've put links to their website in the drop-down menu below. One of our favorite tools to use as a CRM management is Contactually. Contactually is a great tool for sorting and organizing your contacts, and you can save time in the process. Just sign up for your free trial and get started. Alright, once you've created a free Contactually account, you can go to the contacts and import a list from a file you already have on your computer, or you can manually update your contacts. The fun thing about Contactually is the bucket game. You can access the bucket game by going to the bucket section and then selecting the bucket game. Here, you can place your contacts into buckets, which will then create automated follow-ups and programs, helping you reach your goals with each contact faster. Start the game at the bottom of the page. In the bucket game, a contact will come up. Based on your knowledge of the client, you can select the appropriate bucket for them to go into. Not sure about a contact? You can skip, you can archive the contact, or you can go back to the previous one if you made a mistake. Depending on the amount of contacts you've uploaded, the number of contacts it makes you sort through varies. You do not have to sort through every contact with Contactually. That's the point of the bucket game. The system learns which contacts go into which buckets and automates them for you. If you do find an error, you can always change the contacts bucket. Make sure you schedule some time to do follow-up with your connections. These relationships need time and effort to grow. You can use articles like this one from HubSpot to help you craft your perfect follow-up email. You can use this template to find what may be appropriate and what may not be appropriate depending on your target audience. Now you should be able to confidently attend industry-related events and use those events to your advantage. Keep an eye out for a recap email next week for a quick refresher on all of the points we covered and the links to all the services used. Thank you for tuning in to today's webinar. We hope you learned something new. If you have any suggestions for future webinars, send us a quick email. We'd love to hear all of your suggestions at support@sutton.com. We'll see you next month.